I was once hiking in Hawaii when I learned a lesson in the power of reminders. I was immersed in the gorgeous jungle view, trekking alongside the winding river when, to my surprise, I heard Hebrew being spoken. I looked around and spotted an Israeli hiker. I approached him and introduced myself, and we got to talking, and I asked the man if he wanted to do a quick mitzvah and put on tefillin. He immediately responded, "Lo tzarich, ze katuv alai." I don't need to, it's already written on me. Lifting up his shirt, and on his chest was a tattoo of the words from Tehillim, Gam ki elech begeitz al mavis lo ira ra ki ata imadi. When I travel in the shadow of death, I will not fear, for you are with me, which he had tattooed on himself before he went into Gaza during one of the wars. This Israeli's response reminds me of this week's Parsha, Korach's rebellion against Moshe. You see, Korach didn't simply launch a rebellion in the name of anarchy. Rather, Korach's argument against Moshe and Aaron's leadership was nuanced and principled. The Medrash recounts that Korach came to Moshe with a series of questions. If a garment is made entirely of blue wool, is it exempt from the obligation of tzitzis? Moshe responded that it's not, and it would need tzitzis. He further challenged Moshe, if a house is filled with Torah scrolls, does it need a mezuzah on its doorpost? Moshe again replied that it would indeed need a mitzvah. What was Korach communicating with these absurd questions? A mezuzah marks one's home as a Jewish one, protected by and aware of the divine presence found within. The tzitzis are also a constant reminder. Whether we are at work or at play, they remind us of the mitzvahs that we are commanded to fulfill. If someone is so knowledgeable in Torah that they're compared to a house filled with Torah scrolls, or if somebody has such a degree of spiritual divine consciousness that they are comparable to a garment of tcheles made entirely of blue wool, do they too need reminders? Does that individual need a mezuzah and a pair of tzitzis? Moshe's response was yes. Even someone who knows much of Torah and believes in God can lose touch with their knowledge and belief unless they engage regularly with physical rituals and tangible symbols of their belief. Put differently, our behavior is not only a result of what we believe, but of how often we are reminded of those beliefs. There was a fascinating study done in which researchers surveyed the willingness of Christians to give to online charitable appeals. The response was 300% greater if the appeal was made on Sunday. It's not that they stopped believing in the importance of charity on the other days of the week. It was simply that on Sunday they were more likely to have thought of God. And this was Moshe's message to Korach. Judaism recognizes that the key to maintaining our faith is through the assembly of reminders, which creates the consistency that leads to its inculcation into our lifestyle. Judaism celebrates reminders and reminds us that we are never too holy to be reminded. Wishing you a wonderful Shabbos.